everyone, Edna Kimble, Edna South Century 21 Wright Real Estate, and welcome to today's episode on how to real estate. We have a special guest in the house today. We have a mortgage loan officer. Did I say that right?
That is correct.
Okay, a
Yes.
lender mortgage guy in the house. Okay, so tell us who you are and what you're doing.
So my name is Brent Houston. I am a mortgage loan officer. I basically set the clients up with the money that they would need to purchase the home.
The money man.
Yes.
You guys want to meet this guy.
Get people pre-qualified. It's a quick and easy process, just reaching out to me. In most cases, I can get somebody pre-qualified in 30 minutes or less. So we try to work fast, not just for the realtors, but for the clients as well. Make it smooth and simple for everybody involved.
And guys, this is why we have Brent on today. Number one step with real estate is you want to go with a local lender and get qualified. And there seems to be a lot of misinformation out there on how long the process is going to take, right?
Right.
So you said same day?
Yes, and in most cases, everybody's situation is different, of course, but as far as looking at the credit report and getting the pre-qualification taken care of, yes, I can get back to the client within 30 minutes or less in most cases.
Wow, 30 minutes or less.
And of course
Okay, you heard that here.
And of course, there's obstacles, for all buyers. Everybody's different. Some people have, credit challenges they're trying to overcome, which I can also help with that.
He's really good at that.
Spend a little extra time with the client, give them the information they need so they know how to get that credit in order for them to move forward. And again, everybody's situation is different. Some people don't realize it can happen within a month or less. Some people 6 months to a year. Like I said, everybody's situation is just different.
Okay. So what we find, this is what freezes buyers up. One, they are afraid to come and talk to a lender because they think it's going to take weeks and weeks to find out. But you think 30 minutes or less in most cases.
Yes.
But in general, they would know in 2 to 3 business days.
Right.
Even if there were some hiccups, right?
Absolutely.
Okay. Second thing that buyers think, that's going to cost thousands of dollars to have a conversation with you.
No. Until we start moving forward with contracts, information is free. And some cases, other places do charge for a credit report. Fortunately, we do not do that.
Okay.
We can pull credit, and again, the information, some of the best information you can have if you are in the market for a home, just starting that plan up, because as you said, people have the fear of, how much money am I going to need? Just talking to me is for free, and I love getting engaged with new clients. That way I have somebody on the hook, at least, if they're not ready to buy right now, I do want to hear your situation. That way, when you are ready to buy, hopefully we can move forward when the time is right for the customer.
That's perfect. Now, one of the things that he's used the same word numerous times, and I love it, is education. So they can contact you, have a phone call, come in and sit down with you, a text conversation.
However you want to reach
I
out.
bet you Instagram, private message.
I am on Instagram now.
Okay.
And before I got into sales, because I do come from the car business, before that I was not a social media guy.
Okay.
So when I did actually get into sales, I started with Facebook, and that worked well for me in the car business. And as I transitioned into mortgage, I hopped on Instagram, Twitter. I've even considered setting up YouTube channels.
Okay. You got a TikTok yet?
I have not yet. I need to get one because the younger generation is the future buyers.
The younger generation, says
I do
this
need
young
to market
guy.
to them as well.
Okay, well, I'm absolutely thrilled with the fact that you can have a conversation with Brent. He is going to get all of your information and tell you where you're at, and there's no obligation. He doesn't have any expectations of you buying a home that day, but it is the number one step. And so those of you who have been on the fence thinking, I don't think I can buy a home, but you're spending $1,100 for rent?
At 100% interest.
At 100% interest. So if you think that 6.25 is high interest, you're paying way more than that
and you're actually investing it for the future. So
I love
long-term payoff is, people are not educated enough on it. So that's one of the main things I try to get out there, is that you're really truly setting yourself up for the future. Not just yourself, but your family as well. and you can educate friends, coworkers on how great it's worked out for you, works out for everybody, the real estate agent, the mortgage loan officer,
For
and
everyone,
first and foremost, the
especially
customer.
client.
Yes,
Yes,
client.
absolutely. Okay, so I love the education part. I think that's so super huge. So you're going to have a free conversation. There's no obligation, and you're going to help them figure out what they need to fix so that they can purchase
Yes.
in 30 days, 90 days, 6
Right,
months, or a year. Because, guys, if you think you've got a problem, it's never a better time than to start the correction of the problem
Get the
than
proper information.
absolutely than now. So that's super huge. Okay, so it sounds like you've got a passion for this. What I think is funny is that most mortgage guys came from the car industry. I don't know why that's a thing, but it's the same thing with most realtors. We came from the restaurant industry or teaching or something like that. So it's weird how some of the careers just align. So not a bad thing. So how long have you actually been doing the mortgage industry?
I'm in my first year with it, and I'm actually been in all those businesses you've mentioned. I've been in the restaurant business as a server, as a bartender. Did that for most of my 20s, actually. Once I got out of college, I didn't quite, get to finish that process in my
Okay.
life. Something I'm still looking forward to getting completed. But I had kids at a young age, so I had to make sure they were taken care of. Working in the restaurant industry, once I realized I was getting too old, I was the old guy. Thought I'd try to get into something else, and I actually met some car guys through the restaurant that I was working in as a bartender. They would come sit at my bar, talk about selling cars, how easy it was, and I could still make as good of money, if not better than what I was making. So once I decided to hang the hat up over at the restaurant, got into the car market, did that for probably a year and a half.
Oh, okay.
And
Okay.
then, actually, believe it or not, the marketing that I was doing on Facebook and social media, the gentleman in my office reached out to me.
Oh,
And,
that's good. Yes.
yes,
Yeah.
and said he noticed me and that I was doing good things in the car market. Kind of told me what he does, and and just mentioned we could refer business back and forth. And I always had a idea in my head to get into mortgage real estate somewhere in there because I would love to sell homes. I thought it would be a good opportunity for me. And once I feel like I ran my course with the car business, I needed another plan, so I started the process up with the mortgage business.
Even better. Yes, I
so
love it. I
just
love
trying
it.
to learn new things every day and just trying to be better. And as I said, I like to talk to new customers and clients every day because not only are they getting information that they need, I'm getting the information that I need. If I'm not having the answer right away, I love getting the answers to the questions that I need, put it in my back pocket so I can talk a lot smoother and a lot faster.
I love that. And you're a talker, aren't you?
Yes, yes. I can
I
talk it up.
I love it. I think it was like a tool belt, and every time I learn a new skill, I put it in the tool belt because I don't know when I'm going to need it, right?
Yes.
So it's kind of that situation. I love
And of
that.
course, before I got into sales, I came from the restaurant business, but I always had, that fear of, contact with people. How do I go about saying this? How do I go about saying that? And I just realized, we're all people. We all don't have all the answers, and that's okay. But the best way to get that is to ask the questions and start that process up. So.
Yeah. Yeah, and I think that's what makes you really good at what you do is that at the end of the day, it's about the client,
Yes.
and we have to always remind ourselves it's not about us, it's about them,
Yes.
and just showing genuine concern and empathy and curiosity and letting them explain what their needs are so that we can help
Yeah.
them.
And
So
we are in the market to help people, so
yes,
that's
yeah.
fantastic.
So I said I would only throw softballs, but I've got a I've got a curveball here. Are you available after hours and on weekends?
I'm available whenever my clients need me to be available to them and the agents that I'm working with. Yes.
Out of the ballpark. He hit that one.
If you want to
Okay.
call me on Christmas Eve and you have a question for me, I
Whoa,
will make sure
whoa,
I
whoa.
address that.
As long as it's before 5 p.m. I don't want anyone working after 5 on Christmas Eve. You got some kiddos. So
Yes.
okay, that is huge because our clients need to work during the day.
Right.
You got to have the job, right?
Right.
And so we really lean into when we can find a lender that is available after hours or on weekends. So absolutely love that. That's huge.
And I notice a lot of the open houses are on the weekends, so that might be the time when clients have those questions that need to be answered. They don't want to wait till Monday. they want to get it right then and there. So
Absolutely.
I try to make sure I'm available on my phone. I am a family man, of course. I have things going on in my life, but I do try to tend to my business. That way I can go about it professionally.
Okay. So we kind of jumped right into what you do for a living, which is why we've got you here. But we don't actually know each other. Like, I mean, we've had a few phone conversations and a few social media. Because honestly, I always feel like when you're really good at your job, I don't have to come and talk to you all the time, right? I just send him the info, he makes the magic happen, and the deal closes. So that's great. So I want to know more about you. Like, where are you originally from, Tahlequah, or where are you from?
Yes, I was born in Tahlequah. Pretty much lived here my whole life. I grew up in the Briggs area, small community. Yes, I'd say I guess it's east of Tahlequah, 5-10 miles at the most. It's it's my home, it's my community, and I've just always wanted to continue to thrive there and grow there, so people can see, even a small town, small community kid can really make an impact not only in his community, but branch out and meet new people all over the place. So that's just what I'm really trying to do.
I love that. So you went through eighth grade at Briggs,
Yes,
and
ma'am.
then transferred to Tahlequah High School?
I actually started out at Sequoia High School, and I had this long journey in high school. I made it as tough on myself as I literally could. I started out at Sequoia. I ventured off and went to Keys. Unfortunately, I didn't graduate the year that I was supposed to graduate. Went straight to work, just had a moment of clarity over the summertime, and I realized, I need to get myself back in school and get that high school diploma.
Oh, that's
So I
smart.
actually went back to high school, and I graduated from the same school as your husband did.
Oh my
Yes,
goodness,
down at
you're
Cave
kidding.
Springs.
The big town of Cave
Big
Springs.
town of Cave Springs.
So, this podcast is about just how to be better and how to do better, right?
Right.
And it's geared toward real estate. But one of the things I want to stop and really, really point out is the fact that I love that you did not necessarily go the easy route.
I could have made it a lot easier on
Could have made
myself.
it a lot easier. But what I love about that is then if somebody comes in to talk to you about their credit, and maybe they didn't take the easy route and had some hiccups and hills and curves, you're not going to judge them, right?
I'm not one
You
to
maybe
judge
made a
anybody.
few bad mistakes and
I've
had to
been in-
correct them.
I've been in those situations.
Okay.
Most times I did put myself there, but life throws itself at all of us in different ways. And fortunately for me, as I mentioned earlier, I had kids at a young age, so I was kind of forced to grow up quickly. Didn't know what I was doing, didn't know how to be a dad, didn't know how to, you know, be an adult basically,
Yeah.
and just learn as I go, and made the mistakes that I made, but it has molded me into who I am now. So
But I love that because you will be able to help other people
yes.
who have maybe, hit some landmines and need to help get things cleaned
Yes,
up.
and that's
So
why I'm happy to be in the position I'm in, because I can truly help people that appreciate such things, and I'm not one to look down or talk down on nobody. I see as everybody as eye level as me, so that's how I try to talk to them.
I love that. Our team, we have two rules when we work with new clients. One, there's no such thing as a stupid question.
Right.
Because if I was stepping into any of your jobs right now, I wouldn't know you know how like every industry has like the shortened version of what they're trying to say.
Yes.
And we just we just talk like that to each other. But a client comes in and goes, I don't know what you're talking about when you say a TRR, or whatever the short term is. And then the second is we're never too busy. You're never bothering us. Now with the cell phones, rather than laying there awake all night long, shoot us an email, shoot us a text message. We're not going to answer at midnight, but if it takes it off your plate, then we're going to be able to let you get a good night's sleep, and the next morning we're going to be able to deal with it and help you through it. So I think that's kind of it sounds like your motto too is along those lines. So I love that. So you did the hard route, but you got through school, right?
Right.
Okay. And you've mentioned some family. Tell us what that structure looks like.
I actually have 3 kids, 2 daughters, and a son. My boy is the youngest. Again, had him at a young age. My oldest will be 17 this coming year. Then I have a 14-year-old, 2 teenage girls.
Oh my
Drive me
God.
absolutely crazy, but I love them to death. And my son, he is 10 now, so
Oh,
they're perfectly, and the age gap and everything. I don't really intend to have any more, so I'm pretty set up with those 3 that I have, and they're great kids. I love them. They they pretty much inspire me to be the better person that I feel like I have become, and I'm still working to get better, of course.
Okay, well, listen, what I know about teenage girls is this is going to totally embarrass them. So you might as well shout their names out. If we're going to embarrass them, let's really embarrass them. What are their names?
So my daughter's names are Aubrey
Aubrey
and Auday.
and Auday. Oh, those are
Yes.
beautiful.
I'm
And then
trying to
your
give her a
son's
unique
name?
name, and his name is Brentley.
Brentley.
'Cause my
Okay.
name's Brent. Was gonna name him Brent as well, but none of my family liked that idea, so I threw a little Lee on the end, Brentley.
I love that. Okay. And so what do you guys do when you're not doing mortgages? Like what's a typical weekend look like for you?
We're a tight knit family. We keep it together. Spend a lot of time with my mom, my sister. We all live in the same area, and again, it's just we're super family oriented. We're always cooking dinners, gathering at one location, whether it's my house, my sister's, my mom's. Try to spend as much time with family as I can because I do work a lot. So I try to make sure work is work, and when I'm with family, I'm with family.
I love that. I love that. And then, are you active in any sports, or do the kiddos play sports, or what do you guys do?
Yes, I played ball in high school. I was real active. So
Which ball?
basketball was my
Basketball.
passion.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Spent a lot of time playing basketball. That's all I did with my time. Might have been more successful at school if I focused on school more than basketball. But
Again, mistakes were made.
right.
Cleaned it up.
So,
Yeah.
for myself, I still try to stay active. I'm not as committed to the gym as I probably should be, but I do maintain, make sure I, try to eat healthy and just to try to instill that in my kids as well.
Absolutely.
My oldest daughter does cheer, so she's active in cheering, played volleyball.
A high school cheerleader.
Yes.
As a daughter, you are in the middle of it, aren't you?
Yes. Her sister, the one that's still in Briggs, she'll be in high school next year, but she's danced for the past 6-7 years of her
Wow, the
life.
competitive, that's a
Yes.
lot of hours.
And so we spend a lot of time with dance, but I'm super proud of her. Both of my daughters, of course, doing extremely well in school. They're cheer, dance, whatever it may be. And my son, he's just laid back like I am. He's a homebody. He loves to play video games. So we play video games together. And
What's the big video game right now? I'm so out
he's
of the loop.
still a Fortnite guy.
Okay, nice, yeah.
We play all kinds of games together. He's got more games than I have. So.
A real gamer.
Yeah,
then,
and all
yeah.
the new ones. So if I want to play PlayStation 5, I got a game on his system because I've still got the old PlayStation.
He's upgraded and left you behind.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
Okay. And so it's also the time of the year, we're toward the end of the year. Are you the type that like sets down and makes your goals for the following year, or is that something you've done yet?
I do have goals. I've never wanted to focus too much long term because I never know what the day is going to bring. So my motto to myself is, have goals, have things that you want to accomplish in life, but make sure that I take the time to enjoy the moment, enjoy the day, because again, I never know.
Yeah.
What it ended up at.
Stop and
What's
smell
gonna
the
happen.
roses,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Okay.
So,
Okay. I love that. Yes. So, guys, really, I want to stress the fact that if you are concerned about, a mortgage guy judging your credit, or, you think that you have to qualify for a high-end property before you talk to a lender, that's just not the case. You've got to start somewhere, and Brent is your guy. He's going to have just a conversation with you. No obligation. You're not signing anything. You don't owe him any money. But he's going to let you know where you're at and let you know how quickly you can get to where you want to be. We've had clients that have come in who have qualified for 150, but the homes that they were aspiring to be in were more in the 180 to 200 range. And so Brent was able to show them how to get there and what they need to do so that then they'll look back in 6 months and we'll make it happen. So don't be afraid to reach out and let him kind of help you figure out where you're at in the moment.
Yes, please do.
Now, again, we gave Brent no notice before today's. This is an easy one, I promise. But we like to ask all of our guests the same question. If you were purchasing your dream home today
Okay.
and money was no object, what's 3 things that dream home would have to have?
Well, that is a really good question, actually. If it was my dream home, I think location is obviously important. And I'm go 2 ways there. I've always wanted maybe like a lake home, something
Ooh,
close to the
nice.
water. or maybe just like a nice country home as well, have some land around.
A big pond out front
Right,
or something.
right.
Okay, okay, location.
I'm not overly greedy, so size, obviously you want a good sized home, but I don't have to have a giant mansion or anything, too many bedrooms that I can even spend time in all of them throughout the week. So something nice and cozy and
14 room.
comfortable to me.
Yeah,
Yeah, so that would
okay.
be important as well. And I guess the third one, uh, geez, now you really got me stumped.
Like a
on
really
that
sweet gamer room.
one. Yeah, that'd be good. Yeah, a nice man cave.
Oh, a man cave.
Yes,
Okay,
yes.
that kind of encompasses everything.
I have my man cave at my current home, so I'll make sure I get a better one set
Just
up than the one I
upgrade.
already have.
Okay,
Yeah.
I like it. I like it. Well, we like to kind of know what people's dream home looks like to help them dream, and it lets us kind of know, just demographically what people are really looking for.
Dreams are important. People should, follow their dreams.
Absolutely.
Even if things don't work out, at least go out there and go for it, because there's no disappointment in trying, I feel like.
Absolutely. I couldn't say anything better. I think we're going to end on that note. You got to try. So, Brent, thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you so much for having me.
Everyone, thank you for watching today's episode. We're going to put Brent's information below. So reach out, shoot him a text message or a DM, set up an appointment to go in and have a conversation. I guarantee you, if nothing else, you'll just be glad you got to meet a really nice guy.
Absolutely.
Thanks, everyone.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.